A good day to all of you who are joining us today at this international seminar. You're most welcome, but I'm also privileged to be part of this event. And I want to thank the organizing committee for the invitation extended to me to be part of this enriching event. My names are Peninnah Kabenge. I'm from Uganda, and I'm the president of the Uganda University Sports Federation. But I'm also the Vice President of the Federation of International University Sports, Secretary General Africa University Sports, and I'm Vice President International Rollerball Federation. And I am the head of Sports and Recreation Department at Makerere University, one of the biggest universities in Uganda. It's really a great honor to be part of this event this morning. Thank you so much for the invitation. And I believe that together we can come out stronger when we have such events that enrich and help us move forward in this post-COVID era. There are global realities we are facing because of COVID-19. There are high mortality rates, which have happened. Most of the countries have been affected highly, people dying every day. This is a reality which we have to live with. There have been disruption of social and economic activities where people have been locked down. You cannot even go to your favorite joint, or people have been forced not to work. These are realities. Social inequities, ideological fault lines, systematic failures, economic risks, geopolitical tension, distrust between governments and citizens. These are the realities that have happened. There is uncertainty and fake news. I believe we've all seen these uncertainties. We don't know if tomorrow or the other day or next year or years to come, the situation will be different. These are the global realities of COVID-19, which we have to face. COVID-19 is a global health pandemic that is here to stay. It has also upended the sporting calendar, with professional leagues everywhere suspending their activities to limit the spread of the virus. Even the Summer Olympics, typically one of the world's most watched sporting events, is postponed to 2021 in order to safeguard the health of athletes and others involved. And we pray that 2021 would be different from now so that we can enjoy the Summer Olympic Games. The Federation of International University Sports, where I come from, has suspended all the championships this year because of what is going on. You can imagine where people had prepared, invested a lot, and you have to call off the event. Our first championship, which was the cross-country championship, World University Cross-Country Championship, was called off a week to the event. People had bought tickets, people had prepared, they were ready to participate in this event. And lo, what happened? It's called off because of COVID. In Africa University Sports, we were supposed to have our mega games this July in Nairobi, Kenya. But we couldn't. They were called off. Actually, we've even pushed them to 2022 because 2021 was already packed with other programs. And this is a strong message that is coming to us, that the interruption in competition is going to be long. The long period of inactivity due to the forced quarantine is seriously impacting sports, and we must address the repercussions of COVID-19 and the strategies that can overcome this situation. I'm happy we are here today addressing these repercussions and looking at the strategies on how to overcome this situation. It's a time to rethink before sports retake the central role it has in many people's lives once the pandemic is over. So the ball is in our court. We need to find solutions to this situation. Many people have been deprived of their injection of happiness sports offers. Are we prepared? Are we prepared for the situation? Whether the answer is an emphatic yes or maybe, it will depend on how we face four fundamental aspects of this inactivity. There are four fundamental aspects of this inactivity, and we need to face them, and it will depend on how we face them that we will be able to answer that question if we are prepared. There is the players training and fitness, managing closed stadiums, mitigating economic losses, media and fan engagement. Once we get ready for those, then we can say we are ready. Players training and fitness. The athletes cannot train normally, as we all know. They are psychologically affected because of the confinement. They are stressed because of feeling unfit and are fatigued due to undergoing routine training sessions in confinement. It's not fun for the athletes. They are not fit. It's difficult when you are confined. So they are really confined physically, psychologically. So we really need to address that fundamental principle. Professional athletes are under pressure to stay fit at home and risk losing sponsorship deals. Appropriate management of these fears and how to address them first will reinforce resilience, using the quarantine as one more mental training exercise to adapt to extreme situations. Personally, I believe in blessings in disguise. Whatever is happening may be a blessing in disguise. So our athletes must really use this quarantine as one of those mental training exercises to adapt to extremes. The return to play may not be as different as that after the off-season. We have to deal with the unusual situation and devise new strategies. Managing closed sporting facilities is the other fundamental issues that we need to address. Teams from all over the world have lost revenue from their tours, shops, museums, and ticket sales. We all know this. Players are psychologically affected by playing closed door matches without the morale of the fans. There's a way, if you ever played, when people cheer you, you even feel stronger and perform even better. Sports fans are also missing on relaxation, entertainment, and fun. The biggest blow is the facility managers that must continue to maintain these facilities without any revenue. Honestly, at my university, we are maintaining these facilities, they're not being used. It's a big blow. We have to spend. We have to treat the water in the swimming pool. We have to be cleaning the gyms every day, clean the stadiums. And yet there is nothing coming in to offset the expenses we invest. Look at those empty stands. This is not how sports events should look. No, that's not how the sports events were designed to look. It's unfortunate it's happening, but that's where athletes play on empty stadium, empty stands. It's not fun. The economic losses. Sport is a major contributor to economic and social development. The global value of the sports industry is estimated at $756 billion annually. Millions of jobs are at risk globally, not only for sports professionals, but also for those in related retail and sporting service industries connected with leagues and events, which include travel, tourism, infrastructure, transportation, catering, media broadcasting, among others. Beside elite athletes are the coaching staff, whose role is fundamental for the development of the players, and they've had their economic survival curtailed by the lockdown. The sporting events post-COVID-19 is expected to be a lot leaner and efficient from a sponsor perspective. In addition to economic repercussions, the cancellation of games has impacted many social benefits of global and regional sports events and stakeholders. I talked about the championships we cancelled in university sports. Countries, hosts, organizing committee had prepared. They had invested heavily in these events. And what happens? People cannot participate because of COVID. When you look at this chart, they'll show you the global revenue of sports industry. The collective power of leagues to sell media rights is incredible. The NBA's current TV deal is worth $24 billion over 9 years. What happens in this situation, in the current situation? The English Premier League agreed a new deal with broadcasters last year, equivalent to $12 billion over 3 years. The Major League Baseball has a 7-year media arrangement worth over $5 billion. With this interruption of COVID-19 in activities, what happens to this income? Media and fan engagement. Media plays a big role in engaging fans globally with sports events. For example, an estimated 3.9 billion viewers watched the London 2012 Olympic Games. Sports media is currently redundant as there are no sporting events to cover. Sports commentators barely have matches to cover. A limited number of journalists are allowed into the few sports events taking place due to the standard operating procedures. There is scanty sports news to report, and most print media and sports shows are recycling old stories. Some media houses have been forced into downsizing their personnel, leading to job losses of some sports journalists. It's not a good situation, but what to do? We have to face it. We have to take the bull by the horn. That is what is happening. There is uncertainty and fake news. We are asking ourselves, when will the pandemic end? We are uncertain. Are the mortality rates genuine or doctored? Some countries have been seriously affected, others minimally affected. Uganda, we've had so far we have 840 cases. 808 have been discharged. No death. I don't know if it's genuine or not, but those are the uncertainties. They say if COVID was around, probably we would have more cases because of what is happening. Will the preventive measures put in place stay as part of our lives? or a temporary inconvenience? Are the social media stories from different parts of the world real? Will sports ever recover its human touch? Are there any pandemics in waiting? Any other pandemics in waiting after COVID-19? Can there be infection without death, as mentioned in some countries, or is it misreporting? Those are pictures of the media in empty stadiums, writing about things that are not even happening, the different ways media and fans are affected. You can see for yourself. Recommended steps to manage situation. Now, this is my personal view that the post-COVID-19 time is expected to define new normalcy, which in turn will have a telling effect on all aspects of business, including sports. So we need to develop a business continuity plan. A business continuity plan is a preventive, responsive, and adaptive solution to a disruptive and disastrous situation. Its ultimate goal is to secure institutional operation, obligations, and reputation. In this business continuity plan, we need to review the training programs so that they can fit in the post-COVID era. We need to build a virtual infrastructure to provide for online training management solutions. We need refresher training and equipping trainers with adequate teaching tools, smart device, and knowledge. We need to frequently access and evaluate strategies. We have to take steps. Business continuity plan. Step 1, we have to be innovative. Diversify the training program. How? I don't know, but we have to do that. Step 2, we need to build a virtual infrastructure to provide for online training management solutions. It's not going to be easy, but we have to do it. There are places in the world that are very remote. They don't have access even to electricity, no Wi-Fi, where things are difficult. But we have to find solutions because it may be the only way out. Step 3B, we have to take our personnel for pre and in-service training so that they can adapt to the new normalcy. We have to equip this personnel with right tools to aid modern training. It's important that we invest in training of these personnel. Step 3B, we need to partner with corporate institutions to develop. We have to partner with corporate institutions to develop smart gadgets, user-friendly for athletes. These corporate sponsors or institutions should facilitate the virtual infrastructure. We need collaboration with health experts in COVID-19 management in sports events. Involving athletes as key messenger communicators is paramount. Developing event-specific standard operating procedures and sharing of data across board should be given priority. Agree on planned re-entry of funds into the sporting arenas. Design mechanism to handle mental health challenges of COVID-19. We have to find ways of, because most of the athletes seriously have been affected and they need to be assisted on how to handle the mental. Periodic Strategy evaluation. We have to periodically evaluate our strategy with a strategy evaluation framework, examining the underlying basis of strategy, comparing expected results with actual results, taking collective action to ensure that performance conforms to plan. It's an important step that we need to take as we develop our business plan. We have challenges, and the suggestions I've given are dependent on resources and capabilities, among other things. That's resources, capabilities. While digital platforms have enormous benefits for delivering sports programs, they are particularly difficult for delivering hands-on learning activities that are naturally meant for enactment in laboratories, gymnasiums, dance studios, swimming pools, outdoor and playground experience. So that's a challenge we have to face. Given that some sports contents and activities are transferable to online formats, athletes, coaches, and all involved need to explore and invest resources in digital conferencing tools to enable fast and uninterrupted access to learning platforms. In conclusion, COVID-19 pandemic has had and will continue to have very considerable effects on the sporting world, as well as the physical and mental well-being of people around the world. The recommendations provided seek to both support the safe reopening of sports events and tournaments following the pandemic, as well as to maximize the benefit that sports and physical activity can bring in the age of COVID-19 and beyond. And to achieve that, we have elections together. We need to be together. We are in this thing together, and we have to come out stronger together. Thanks for listening.